Welcome back, Collective, to Fresh Coffee Tarot. Before we begin, I really just want to remind you to please like and subscribe and even share. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I'm getting a lot of people that are looking at videos, but they're not subscribing. So please, if you like it, please click the like button. Please subscribe if you like my readings, and I would ask that you even comment if you how the reading resonated with you or what you found useful. Um, and I ask that you share it, please. I really want to grow my channel. I like doing this for you all. For me, this is just to help you all shine and become better people. And just to help you out, I mean, who doesn't need more help in life? Okay, let's begin. I'm going to say a quick prayer, and then I'm going to tell you what kind of reading this is going to be. Mother of God, I ask that you keep the collective of goodwill who have come to my channel. I ask that you please open their hearts, their minds, and their souls to the message that is being said today in the cards. And I ask that you protect them from all the evil eye and ill will that people send towards them. In the most holy name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Okay, so today's a special reading. Oh, notice my little coffee thing again, right? I can't have coffee. It's too late. But it's Fresh Coffee Tarot, so I got to have something that looks like coffee. And I had like 2 cups today. It was great. Anyways, so today's reading is going to be for the people who identify as men or people who identify with the masculine energy. I'm going to do a reading on what type of love you are attracting in your life right now. Okay? So women or those who identify with the feminine energy, you are the cross watcher if you're watching this video. Okay? This video is going to be for men or for those who identify with the masculine energy. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the oracle tells us. Let's see what kind of love you are attracting in your life. I shuffled this, but I'm going to do it anyway. See, this is why I don't shuffle on cam. I already shuffled these. I don't know why I did it. It's because it's late. I forgot to do it. I thought I had a video to post, and I did not. Here we go. Let's do this one. I can shuffle, by the way. Ooh, the Queen. All I can think of is Off With Your Head. Let's see. From Alice in Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland. Never read the book, but love the characters. Love some of the quotes. Okay, here we go. The Queen, she's on page 44, and this is from the Citadel Oracle. I really like it. Here we go. It says, the Queen, the throne room is an austere affair lined with tapestries, and portraits of past rulers. At the far end, the throne commands attention. It represents power and the sacrifices made by those who have sat on it. Occupying it now is the Queen, sitting tall and proud, ready for a full day of difficult decisions. But this is a position they have worked hard to reach, and they will not shy away from the responsibilities that have come in the wake of their ambition. You've left a lot of things behind in order to get where you are now, but regretting your decisions will only tarnish the glory of what you've achieved. There will be more of these challenges in the future. Come to terms with the fact that achieving your goals is worth all of them. Interesting. So if I was to say, and this was the card, okay? If I was to say what we're going to get, the type of love that you're attracting, I get a feeling that you're going to be attracting past loves that, this is just a guess, I haven't even looked yet. You're going to be attracting past loves that were not good for you. Kind of like the Usher song, You Remind Me of a Girl That I Once Knew, and That's Why I Can't Date You. I'll never get with you. Because I feel like you're making success in your life. Either you had to leave people behind, or you've made success and you feel alone, and you're going back to people, you're thinking about loves that were not good for you because you knew them, right? When we as people, are lonely, we go back to comfort what we know, whether that was good or bad. But let's see if that's what the cards say, okay? Let's see what we got. These have been shuffled. We'll use these at the end to see if I was close. I still like to use these. I love these cards. They're really great. I got those off of Etsy, just so you know. And that will tell us how close I was or what I missed or what I need to cover. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. This is what you're attracting. You are attracting... Yep. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting read. Oh, there's a queen and a queen. Okay. Oh, a lot of sword energy already. Lots of sword energy. Okay, this is Let me see. Can you see everything here? Okay, perfect. And at the bottom of the deck, oh my God, there's so many swords here. Okay, so let's talk about the swords. Okay, notice what's not on the board. There are no wands, meaning that there is literally no ambition. There's no fire energy. This is all air energy. This is what you're giving off right now. This is underneath the deck. And it's just important to know. So I already got 4 swords in this read, okay? We have 2 major arcana who are the base of this triangle here. And what I'm getting from this already, okay, is that this is what you're really looking for. Looking to start over, you have hope that you can find love, and you really want to find an empress, okay? You want someone who's going to match this kind of energy that you have, right? Of being successful, right? What the Oracle said. All that you left behind. You want whatever feminine energy this is, because men can be in feminine energy, women are obviously in feminine energy, but whatever this masculine or this man is trying to attract, you want an empress. You want someone that can help you bring forth your dreams, your gold, whether you want children, right, whether through adoption or natural or IVF or whatever, right? You want an empress, and you have hope that you can learn from your past relationships and that new love will come into your life. Now, this card to me already is giving me that you've done dating before, or maybe you've been really busy, but you're resting right now, okay? You've actually put dating on hold. Because I think whatever you did took so much energy out of you. You haven't had time, and now that you're settled, you're ready. So what this is really meaning is that you have a fear that you are going to attract a love in your past that was not good for you, right? So that's what this is, and this is also you having nightmares about it. But to be honest, with this card, this is you trapped in your own head. If you were to really focus on these 2 here, you could attract better love, because as of right now, even before I even clarify, I guarantee you are attracting your fears. That's what you're doing. You are attracting your fears, because this is all air energy. And these 2 are unfounded. These are literally unfounded fears. But you're in your head like, God, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to end up dating the same type of girl or man, and it's going to be just as bad. And no, what did you learn from your last one? All you have to do is look at what was wrong in the last one. And if you see any of those red flags in the person so what I'm going to tell you is reflect on the red flags you saw in the person that you dated last, or the past ones that were bad. And if you see them in new ones, then no, you walk away immediately. That's it. That's very simple. That's the advice I usually give people when they come see me and seeking advice. Okay, let's go ahead and verify. I want to just go right into. Let's do the 9. What are your fears here? I don't do. Oh God, you have so much sword energy. This is, to me, sword energy is. It's so good for coming up with ideas, right? Because the sword energy allows us to cut through shit. Excuse my language. It allows us to fight our way through fears, to defend ourselves, to help us make good decisions, right? That's why the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are just really good about making good decisions. But damn, when you have this much sword energy, this means you're always on the defense. This means you're always ready for battle, and you're living that. You're living up in your mind. You know, where's the emotions? Where are the pentacles here? You got 1 pentacle. What's grounding you? You're so much in your head. And what you fear here, right, is you're going to end up with somebody who's a Page of Swords. You're going to end up somebody who has some vague idea of what they want to do with their life, and I think you've dated this type of person, right? They tell you they have all these plans and ideas, and as you invest time with them and you get to know them, you quickly find out that they're all full of hot air, right? Just to go with the air thing. Let's see what else we got with this. Yeah, you're ready to leave that behind, right? You spent so much energy. The page, right? Not the page, but the 5 of Cups. Look, our first cups, and what is it? It's a sorrowful cup. So this means that this cup's fallen down. Means you've dated plenty of people that just disappointed you, and you're just so fixated on all the time and energy that you have done with these people. So men or those who identify in the masculine energy, you're just so tired of finding quality feminine energy, or women, right? But you don't realize, like they always say, you have more chances, more options. It's not over. Let's do one more because I feel like this is just gonna be the same thing. Yeah. So what you've been doing actually, you haven't really been dating, um, but I have a feeling you're starting to go on dating sites, or you're starting to kind of put yourself out there. I don't really know. So you're starting to put out feelers, and that probably explains why you have this, because you've put out some feelers and you're not really sure what you've been attracting. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. If your mindset is in fear, you're going to attract that fear. Hate to say that. So you've got to get out of this mindset. Okay, so let's see what this mindset is. I'll tell you what. Let's look at the hope card. What are you hoping for in somebody? Let's look at that. What do you really want to hope for in somebody? You want somebody who wants to go on an adventure with you. You want someone that wants to start over. You don't want somebody that's in the past. You want someone fearless, just like you, adventurous. You want somebody that will take a risk with you. Okay. You want somebody that has... So when we talk about pages and knights, knights are okay. Knights are like college level people. Imagine how young adults are in love in college, right? They're not like teenagers. They're more of the sense that they have a little bit more stability in their relationship. They realize that some of those relationships in college can end up in long-term marriages, and so they're a little bit more mature about it, but they're still very young love. They're still very adventurous. There's a lot of passion, and this is what you're kind of looking for. This is what you want. You want something that has the potential. If this was a page of cups, then that would have a, like, you don't want to start at the bottom. So the fact that this is a knight, this has good potential, because we're only one card away from the queen. So the Queen of Cups. So this is what you want. You want someone at least at this level. Someone who's a young adult and realizes, hey, they want to date, but they also, you want someone to date. In other words, you want someone who's also open to the potential it could be long term. That's what I'm getting with this, okay? Let's see what else we get. What else are you wanting out of this person? Yeah, another knight. You want someone not only wants potential in love, but you also want someone who has some idea of what they want their career to be like. Right? So think about it. How many people go to college, get a degree, and they work in a field that has nothing to do with their degree? Okay? Or people who work like 4 or 5 jobs because they're saving to do something else. Because maybe they want to buy a house. Maybe they want to buy a car. Maybe they want to move. So you want someone who has some ambition. And that is, this isn't technically the wands, but you got to be grounded in reality. So your emotions, right, is about you seeking the love, right, being open to that love. But then the pentacles is about being grounded in reality. What type of love do you need to attract to create this reality? So these are good cards. So notice what you're looking for. You want a very fresh start. You see that already right there. Two knights. Okay. See what else we got. I just want to do another one. This is kind of fun. Let's do one more and then we'll call it. Yeah. You want to have a good time. You want somebody who wants to celebrate with you, be with friends. You want someone that your friends will like. This is what you're hoping for. This is actually kind of fun. This is a fun reading. You want someone that is your best friend. You want someone you can joke with. You want one of those kind of social media relationships is what you're wanting. You want that girl that every guy is on the internet looking at and saying, God, not only is she hot, but she's so fun to be with. And then she just makes you laugh. Like, that's really what you're looking for here. I can really tell. Okay, let's see about the Empress. What is it that you're trying to... I don't know. This is interesting because the Empress means they can do anything. They just bring forth. What is it you want to create with the Empress? So you want to start planting seeds. You want to plant seeds that not just manifest money, but manifest a future in which maybe y'all, you find love, it works out, and then guess what? You see this 7 of Pentacles, you know what you want next? You guys want to buy a starter home, like maybe a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-bath home, small yard, and when y'all, whoever you're with, if y'all want to have a family or have kids or whatever, you're like, hey, we'll stay in this house for 3 years. It'll make some profit as houses go up every year in price, and You'll sell it, use that as a down payment for a bigger home when you get children or whatever. Like this is what you want. You want to plan a future for someone. You want it's almost like you want to start like a 401k with someone. Like this is good. Like you want someone who's going to be financially stable, fiscally responsible, not unless you're going to make all the money for them, right? That's a little bit of stereotype, but or vice versa. Maybe you want a woman or feminine energy to provide you all the money. What else we got? Yeah. So you also want somebody who is a bit balanced, okay? When we talk about temperance, I need to kind of review this one. I'm pretty good with, but temperance is more, notice how the water flows in and it flows out. So I'm going to tell you what I get from it for the most part. I will look up temperance again, but I know what I'm getting at least intuitively. You want someone who's going to pour into your cup as much as you pour into them. You don't want to have to be the person that's always giving emotionally, always giving financially, always giving all these things, right? I know that we have stereotypes when it comes to genders or even like energy types, right? But you want someone who is going to help you, not someone that you've got to carry on your back all the time. You don't mind if you have to do that, but you want someone who's going to help you build and not just kind of drag you down or be dead weight, okay? I wonder why this card rarely comes out in my readings. I just gotta look this up really quick. Temperance. Yeah, moderation and self-restraint. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You want balance and harmony, maintaining. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it can also be a spiritual card, but let me tell you something. I'm not getting a lot of spirituality out of you. So you strike me as somebody who. Maybe you like some spiritual stuff. I mean, you're obviously looking at tarot. So, I mean, there's probably more of a spiritual side to you than you realize if you're looking at tarot. But in general, you're much more of a doer. You're much more of a planner. That's why there's all this air energy. And I will say this. I can't tell. You obviously are successful, but I can't tell you how you become successful because I don't see any wands on the board. Okay, so you may be just someone who does that daily grind and you get it done. You just like plow on through. That could be you. But the thing is, I don't know if you're later in life. I don't know if you've just really worked really hard to get where you are, because I can tell that you want to share that with someone. You're really tired and you want to know that it's not all in vain. That's really what I'm getting. You want to know that it's not all in vain. And you just want to share it with somebody. You just want someone to help ease the load. That's what I'm really getting here. Should we do one more of this? Let's find out. We got 4 here. Let's do one more of this one. Okay, I'm going to turn this way so you can know that these are the clarification cards. Let's do another one. I only pulled 2 so far. Yep. So, look at you. You are the 9 of Wands. You know what this tells me? You're literally 1 wand away from completing this cycle of ambition. Here's our first ambition. You've done, and again, I've been saying it. You've been working really hard. You want someone to complete that one, even though you can just stick that wand in the ground and complete that fence. You want this person, right? You want to pour into their cup, and you want them to pour back. You want them to grab that wand and stick it in the ground for you. You want them just to light that last candle on the cake. You want them to put the cherry on top. This is the type of person you are seeking. Someone who can read your mind, not just read your mind, but you know how like sometimes couples. We're not talking like Frozen where like they're finished each other's sentences, but you want someone who knows you well or wants to know you well and that you're so in love and so in tandem that like you come down in the morning, you're running late, and then you realize that like your wallet, your keys, and your like to-go coffee mug is right there by the edge of the counter because that's the first place you're going to look, and you left it like on the TV stand next to the couch. That's the type of person you want. You know? Or like, you know, you're getting ready for lunch and they text you and say, hey, you forgot your lunch today, so go ahead and eat out. I'm just letting you know you didn't take it to work today. That's the type of person you want. Okay? Let's talk about why you're resting. This is a really interesting read. I'm going to do clarifiers on all of these because this is a very interesting read. I want you to understand the type of love that you want and understand the fears around it, okay? Because we understand this fears already. Oh, there we go. I said you were spiritual. If you're watching tarot, you are a very spiritual person. You are a high priestess, okay? So that's feminine energy. Don't worry about that. But you are a very intuitive person. This is how you've been able to be successful. You're a very intuitive person and you follow your instinct. So what really shocks me is why are you not trusting your instincts when it's coming to love? Like you're wanting the right things, but you're allowing fears to give you nightmares, and you don't know how to quit thinking about the worst possible scenario. Trust your instincts. It's already served you. Let's see what else we got here. I was just talking about that. You can't make this up, people. I was just talking about this, and that's what this card represents. Yeah. Um, I think that when it comes to the type of person you're looking for in romantic love, what I'm really getting from this card, because this card is about the past, you're reminiscing about the past. I think you have parents that were very loving. I think you grew up in a very loving home, and you want to marry someone just like your parents found each other, right? You want to marry someone like your dad, and you want to marry someone like your mom. Your parents obviously showed you what love was. You felt love. Maybe they weren't very rich, but you grew up in a very loving home. I'm just getting that immediately. And this is what you want. Like, you want to settle down with someone. Like, I can tell. I'm just waiting for the Hierophant card to come out, because I can tell. And it may not come out because, again, this is what you're attracting. But in the end, you want to be married. You want to settle down. And you probably want the kids and everything. If I were to keep, I mean, this is what I'm really getting for you. You grew up in a loving home, and you want what your parents had. And they may have not, again, they may have not been wealthy, but they were abundant in love. And you just, and in some sense, you want to do right by them. You want to prove that they raised you well too. And that's not a bad thing at all. I think you really admire your parents, and I just really get that vibe. And I think that you, how can I say this? We as we as children, what I always tell people when they come to me for advice, is that we tend to date people who are like our parents, whether we like it or not. And some of the strongest impressions that we ever experience and remember are some of the worst ones. Some of the things that our parents told us that hurt us. But we also remember the way they loved us unconditionally and how they were always in our corner. And then we tend to go look for those qualities in other people. So that's what I mean when we tend to want to date people like our parents. So I think that you really just had such a wonderful childhood. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I think that regardless of what you went through, I think your parents just made you feel amazing, just effing awesome. Like I'm almost jealous of this. Like, damn, like that what, you know what's weird? I always heard tarot people talk about feeling energies. Man, I just felt that energy, and it was some really wonderful energy when thinking about this card. Like, you had a fantastic childhood, very loving. I mean, that was just some great energy to feel. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do near the top. Second card from the top. Yeah. And not only are you thinking about that, but you got, I mean, here's the Pentacles again. We have a lot of Pentacles, a lot of Swords. You don't want someone to rob you. And I think you've had in the past of people that were lazy, people that expected you to pay. And I get, listen, there are social norms, okay? There's nothing wrong with social norms. But I want to make clear, I don't know if you plan to be the sole financial income in this relationship. I'm kind of getting that you don't. Not unless you just have a really fantastic career. There's nothing wrong with that. But whatever it is, whether you want this person to financially support you or help support, or you want to support them, you want to make sure this person's not just going to be with you because of money. So I'm getting the sense that you might already be very successful, as I already said, and that might include finances. And so you're trying to protect that. Notice how he's hoarding those, right? And so you have a fear. You know what? Okay, this is making more sense now this card came out. You're resting here because now you're just waiting for all those feelers out there to come in, okay? And those fears, this is, okay, let me show you again. When you put these feelers out here, okay? When you put those feelers out there, okay, this is what you were hoping for, an Empress and all this young love, right? We talked about. That's what you did here, okay? You're waiting for responses. And I'm not saying you haven't had any yet, but the responses you have had, you're like, really trying to decipher if they're worth. So this is like resting and contemplating. Okay. And when you're ready to choose, at like maybe you're just giving it some time. Maybe you're giving it a month or two, maybe 3 months. I don't know how this works. I don't know if it's dating sites or what. But once you've narrow it down to who you're interested in, you're then going to get up, pick up the sword, right? And you're going to make a decision, and you're afraid about making the wrong decision. Okay? I feel like I should draw one more here, and then we're going to go to the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I already said it. You're making good money. You're the master smith already. So I'm not saying that you have the most successful job, but you have something that you consider yourself successful. You're already making money on it. It's like you probably have enough money for a down payment on a house. You probably already have a car, the car that you, not want to say your dream car, but you have a good car. I think you're financially ready. You have enough money in your savings, whatever. Like you want to invest in somebody and start a life. That's what I'm really getting. So Queen of Pentacles. Not only is this saying that you want someone who's I'm gonna focus back on this important to you and you important to them. You really, right? And they want you to, right? You want them to plant seeds for like monetary things, like material things in the material world. You want this person to be very good with money. And I could have said that from the beginning, but that now makes sense with what we got here. You want this person to be, not business savvy, but financially savvy. You want them to know how to budget. You want them to know how to be restrained, frugal. You want them to be able to help you pay the bills, like organize that money. You know, say, hey babe, we can't go out today because guess what? We went past our budget. You want someone like that because you want to be able to say, hey, I'm going to put both of our names on our checking accounts. I'm going to add you to my Amex card, and you don't want to have any fear. You don't want to have any fear that they're going to go and just start swipe, pull out money, charge. You want someone who is fiscally responsible and savvy. That's what this card represents. And let's see what we got underneath here. Let's see what else it can tell us. Yep, you've been right here. You have been, because in the past, you've had to cut people off. It's like you've given past relationships you thought that were going to work out and they didn't. That's my milk there. It's pretty cute, right? You've had to cut people off. You notice, right? You're like, nope. You already spent all that money on the floor here. I'm taking this back. I'm taking you off my card. You can't have keys to my house. You can't use my car. I'm not paying for anything anymore because you just turned out to be trash. Sorry. You just want to use people. You see me as a meal ticket. Yeah, you had to make small. Sorry for shaking the camera. You've had to make small changes in your life. You had to become somebody new. So let me tell you what. I think you started dating. So this is what most boys and men do, and probably the masculine energy, right? We're talking about masculine energy too. We tend to date what society and other males tell us is attractive. Okay? And that's the problem. Because when we go for what everyone else tells us is attractive, it never works out for us because that's not what we really want, right? There are a lot of men that love more voluptuous, curvy women. There are a lot of men who love smart women. There are a lot of men who love tall women, short women. And there's a lot of masculine energy that loves feminine energy that is traditionally not feminine energy. And you've had to learn to throw off all those toxic masculinity ideals of what type of woman or feminine energy you should date. And this is the Judgment card. You're having to do that. And I think that you've done it, and now you're scared when you put the feelers out. You're not sure what it's going to look like. You're not sure you're going to be attracted to this feminine energy or this woman, right? Or this man, right? Right, because we're all inclusive here. You don't know what you're bringing in, and that's where the worst fears are. But I want to applaud you that you realized you needed to change. So good for you, man. Like, good for you for understanding that. That's fantastic. I mean, that's stuff that people usually find out in therapy, and you did it on your own. So that explains, that was you trust your intuition there. That's very intuitive. Good for you. Let's do one more on that one, and then we'll do the last one. Yeah. He had to do it because they put 10 swords in your back. Man, I am so sorry. Whoever you dated really screwed you over. They effed you over badly. Oh my God. No wonder you want someone who's so fiscally and financially responsible. Shit. I don't know if you lost thousands. I don't. You know what? I'm getting that maybe you co-signed for some shit. Maybe you put them on a credit card and they rang that shit up. I don't think that your account ever went low because I think you're someone who always watches their checking account. But it's easy to swipe a card. It's easy to order online. And I think this person probably started out showing they were responsible, but like most people who wear a mask, they couldn't continue it long term, and then that's when you started getting in trouble. You started seeing the red flags very quickly after you already committed to some financial responsibilities with them. That's what I'm really getting. So, what I would tell you that whoever you're attracting, don't be afraid to ask somebody, do you have a stable job? Do you have your own checking account? People, this is reality, okay? I'm not saying that you shouldn't date somebody with a low credit score. I'm not saying you shouldn't date someone who has messed up with credit cards and credit card debt, but this is reality, okay? There's nothing wrong that if you really like somebody, especially, and if you're going to ask these questions that are very impersonal, here's my advice to you. Ask them at the beginning. You don't want to fall in love and then you're like, hey, what's your credit score? Oh, it's only 550. I can't date you. No, ask at the front. Maybe date 1, 2, or 3. Don't go past 3, but ask. Say, hey, like, do you have a good credit score? What is it in? 600, 700s, hopefully. Ask them, do you have your own checking account? Do you have your own job? Who do you live with? Why do you live with them, right? Do you pay rent? Like, do you maintain your car? These are important. This is what I find that's important to you. Because I think that your mother was very responsible. I think your dad taught her a lot. Or maybe I'm being stereotypical here, but I really get that one parent taught a lot to the other. And guess what? Right? Given that, maybe he was teaching. I'm kind of going to teaching moment there. But the other significant other really took that and realized that if there was going to be a successful marriage, they had to take on those responsibilities. They had to take on that maturity role. That role of maturity, and they did, and this is what you're looking for. So there's nothing wrong with asking these questions, okay? Because why are you going to get into a relationship with someone and your credit score is 7 something and theirs is 550, and then you have to ask the question, well, what have you done to bring up your credit score? Do you understand why that? Because it's okay to ask those questions, and guess what? And if people get offended, then good for you. That just took someone out of your life that you don't have to teach, because young adults, whoever you are, adults, older adults, I am sorry that society has failed to teach some of y'all how to manage money, how to be fiscally responsible, and to have good credit scores. I am sorry that we are failing as a society to have financial literacy. But you are adults. You all know that if you want an apartment, you got to have a good credit score. You want a car and get a good APR, you got a good credit score. You want to get a credit card, you have to get a good credit score. Okay. You can go on YouTube and learn all this stuff. There is no excuse for not knowing it. So cross watchers, do you hear what I'm saying? Go educate yourself if you want to find a good guy. Okay, or a good masculine energy, because nobody wants to date somebody, and I'm sorry if it offends you, but no one wants to date somebody and they're just gonna have to take care of you. I understand. I've read those romance novels where they marry billionaires or millionaires and they take care of everything. That's fine, but until you find that billionaire or millionaire, you gotta handle your own business. Okay, you gotta find somewhere to stay. You gotta have a car. You gotta have a place to do transactions through a checking account, through a bank or a credit union. If you have bad credit, no one's going to let you do any of that. And I have taught myself this because, I worked on my credit. It's really good, but I'm also, anyways, that's another story. But long story short, what I've learned is this: if you have good credit, and even if you don't have the most money, you can get the things that you need to survive and then pay back that money slowly and surely. So always protect your credit. And here's important advice, okay? This is kind of off topic, but I'm going to give it to you. Do not co-sign for a relative. Do not co-sign for a sibling. Do not co-sign for a friend. Do not ruin your credit for somebody else because their credit is bad. I'm sorry. And don't ask other people to do that of you if your credit is bad and you're not going to be responsible. That's just facts, people, and that you shouldn't do that. Okay, let's see what this last one is. Sorry, it's a little tangent there. Yeah, you want to build something with somebody. You want people to notice that you're going to have to work. That's the Three of Pentacles. Let me hold on. Let's see. Clarify. Yeah. So this is you getting recognized for your work. This is what you're hoping for, but this is what you feel like you're going to get. Okay? You want someone where they're showing you some skill of financial literacy, of showing you that they're going to be a person for you. But you're afraid that this is all a sham and that this is what's going to end up. These are like hopes and fears here, okay? Whether they're swords or not, that's still a hope, right? Because you can't just have it. Oh, what'd I tell you, the Hierophant? What'd I tell you? You want marriage, bro. You want marriage. You want marriage. You don't want this to happen, but you want marriage. So look, so let me show you how this is. Imagine, okay, let me show you something. Do you remember those little word bubbles you see in comics where they have that little circle and it goes up into what they're thinking? You're thinking, oh my God, I hope this person can help me build a business, right? Build something to where we can make money. The pentacle's up there and people start recognizing it. And then you're afraid that they're going to give you a tower moment and steal your money again. And then you have hopes that you're going to get married. And watch this. I'm going to keep going with this. And then you have fears that you're going to fight with them. And then you have fears you're going to have to walk away. And let's do one more. I just can't. And then you have fears that you don't have a fear. Then you have the hope. Sorry. Then you have the hope that, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Notice how you go in and out from good and bad, good and bad. You got to stop. You got to stop. That is what dating is. It is trial and error. I tell all people who come to me for advice, the whole thing about love is that it has a beginning and an end. You will get hurt with love one way or the other, either through natural death or because y'all break up. You go from wanting a business to saying that yes, it can happen, to we can get married, to worrying about you're going to have to walk away, you're going to fight, they're going to just blow you to smithereens. It's going to be a horrible event with the tower. Calm down. We have talked about what to look for with these people and how to ask. So, let's see if I was close, okay? Because I've literally gone through every card here. I thought this was a really good reading. Let me see. Let's do 3 cards. Oh, that fell out. Let's see what we got. Yep, mature man or woman. That's what you want. Bam. I love using these oracle cards. They really confirm what I was doing. Let's do another one. That's what you want, a mature man or woman. You don't want someone who goes out drinking and partying. You would like to do it with somebody, but you don't want someone who that's all they want to do. So this card's actually 2 purposes here. And then finally, yep, you are afraid that you're going to dislike this person or people that come into your life. All right, that is my reading for you men or masculine energy out there. Please like or subscribe. If you thought this was really good or you know someone who could benefit from this, please share this video with them. I really want to grow my channel. So please comment as well and say what spoke to you, what resonated, and if it didn't, and the parts of it that did not resonate, just throw it away. But I really hope that this helps you, and filter the love that's coming into your life that you're trying to search for. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.